Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Curious Fijian. I'm your host, Fijian.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Do I normally say that?
Nah.
What do I normally say? Hello and welcome
Ladies
to... Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello and welcome to the Curious Fijian. I'm your host, Fijian.
What? What'd you say?
Hello and welcome to the Curious Fijian. I'm your host, Fijian.
I'm your co-host, Raynes.
That's I come in like that. Sometimes I think, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, it sounds like I'm on a talk show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I go.
I wanna know, mate. Yeah, we're back with another current events. We got guests on next week, coming back next week. We got Jackie Whitworth coming back on.
Yeah.
Talk about his the latest festival, his up and coming stuff. You know, the boy dips and dabbles.
Getting lost in the woods.
Yeah, getting lost in the woods. He was obviously at Lost Village as well. The man's a legend.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing he don't do. Yeah, we'll just start with the weeks, man. What you got up to during the week?
Studying.
Studying,
Working.
yeah.
Ice bathing. I tell you what, I got in the ice bath yesterday again. And I was in there for 10 minutes because I wanted my money's worth. You know what I mean? I paid a tenner. Uncle George, mate. Uncle George sorted me out. Now I've got a plan and I couldn't log in, but obviously I needed it quick, so I was like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna pay a tenner. So obviously when I got there, I was like, I need 10 minutes, I need my money's worth. But I got in there and I was in there and I was like, even though it's 10 degrees, I was like, it's freezing. It's freezing. It's still cold. It don't matter. Like obviously you can go a little bit further, but when I got to like the 8th minute, I was in there and I was shivering. That's when I was like, you're probably in there too long. But I was like, fuck it, I'm going to the end.
That's what I mean. I said this the other day. I was thinking, the warmer it is, the worse it will be, because when it's colder, you haven't like to last a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes is an achievement because it's so cold. Not many people can do that, yeah. But when it's like 10 degrees, it's like not meant to be that cold. You should be staying in there for a bigger period of time.
You definitely can stay. Like, is it? I don't know, but I can get in there quite calmly.
Yeah.
It still hurts. Like what normally happens is my wrists are cold first, and my ankles, and then the
joints.
It's the joints, and then once they start like thinking, like it gets warmer.
It used to always be the ankles for me, but now for some reason it ain't really the ankles. It's normally like the fingers, maybe stuff like that.
It is great though, man. I swear, like for people, if you're really hanging on the sesh, go get an ice bath. Go get in a cold bath. I think it might work the same. But that shock to the system, it just like it wakes everything back up, and it's like, oh no, you're normal. But then it does say actually it produces. Getting an ice bath produces happy hormones to your brain, so it releases happy hormones. So
you do come out quite happy, to be fair. You come out and you're all a bit bubbly and like you're a bit energetic. Get a bit hyper. You come out a bit hyper, didn't you?
Yeah, you come out. Well, if you hit it at the right spot, you'll come out like energized, like boom, boom, boom. When I used to do it in the morning, I used to get the cold showers. I'd be in there for like 2-3 minutes. You know, I'd get out and I'd be like electric. That is the word for it, electric. I'd come out and I'd be like, fucking yeah, man. Like, I feel good.
I think showers are harder than the baths, just because it's hitting you everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you get one bit of cold water on you every now and then in a different position. Whereas in the bath,
I used to just like lean over,
whole
and,
body's
like,
under
on
it.
my back. Nah, it is
Your
better
whole
than
body's
a tub.
under it.
I'd love to have one.
What do you think about them? Do you think they definitely help you?
I think, mate. I feel.
What do you say to someone watching? Maybe and they're a bit on the fence about going.
Go try it. Well, try getting a cold bath. Try getting a cold shower if you feel like maybe not a cold shower because like you said it does hit in different places, but you can still get a benefit from a cold shower. Do like 3-4 minutes in a cold shower. If not, go find a place and actually do an ice bath. That's what I'd do. Learn a couple deep breaths. Get in your ice bath. Do only like 2-3 minutes. Average it to 2-3 minutes. See how you feel, and then just keep tallying it up. But it's great for recovery. I think it's more the mental side for me. I like it mentally. Like it really tests you because it doesn't matter what mood you come there in, how you're feeling. Like it's the same. Like you get in there, it's cold.
Yeah,
it's cold. everything you're thinking about, you'd be like, yeah, it's gonna be all right today. It's gonna be all right. When you get in there, you're like, oh no, it's the same.
That process that you go through is the same process every time.
Same
When it
process.
touches you,
Yeah.
the instant quick breathing, the loss of breath, the like, oh, we're in the game.
Yeah.
The
The only thing is you probably learn to calm your mind.
Yeah.
The calmness of the mind. So like now you can probably get in and you'll be a lot calmer because you know how to dial yourself in and relax. Because you that stress that stress is put on your body. You're getting used to that stress.
Yeah.
So when you get in there, you're like, oh, okay. I've been here before. We can handle this. So it's not like new. It's not like when you were first getting in, or like when Liam George put up the first video. He's like,
when he was in the paddling pool. When he was in the
he's in a fucking cloud. He's in a paddling pool.
30 degrees outside.
30 degrees
Swimming pool.
sun on him. Like, fuck me, you're in Barbados, mate.
That was
What you on
jokes.
about?
That was
Get the
funny.
tinnies
That
out.
was funny. But you look at his journey, man, and I know
Nah,
we
that
spoke
was
about
only
it
as a joke.
No, but I know we spoke about it. But he was someone that sat on here and said that he wouldn't do them at that time. Yeah,
The first time he come on in, he was like, oh yeah, and he was talking about how he's just walking his dogs and he's walking them with no gloves.
yeah, and he said he's not a fan of the ice baths because of the cold, and now he's actually got an ice bath and he's doing the Wim Hof stuff. And yeah, they've got a thing coming up, Wim Hof thing coming up soon, isn't they?
Yeah, I just can't stress
A
it enough.
workshop.
I feel like you need to make yourself uncomfortable. And uncomfortable don't have to be an ice bath. It can be reading. It can be going for a run. It can be going to the gym. It can just be doing something you maybe not like. Just put a little bit of stress on your body so you get comfortable with it. Because when real stress comes around, you're a bit more adaptive to it because you've dealt with a little bit of stress. And I feel
Adversity.
like, yeah, with comfortability, you know what it is? You just don't grow in comfortability. Like, you don't grow in the comfort zone. You don't grow when you're like happy all the time.
Nah, it's
you
true.
don't because you're content. You're in this bubble. Everything's going right. What can go wrong? But when for me, when everything's gone wrong, it's like you learn more.
Oh yeah, no doubt about
Everything for me is when it's gone wrong.
But are you doing that thing with Liam George tomorrow? The Rose.
I've got to speak to him. Yeah.
Oh, you're looking to do it?
Well, I'm still on it. I'll text him now. Let me text him.
Yeah. Well, basically, for people at home, him and Rayne and Liam George have been going back and forth about a rowing Is it a rowing competition? They want to do some sort of competition anyway, like a fitness competition between each other and see who can win. I think Rayne definitely started it by saying he'd smash him on the rower. 100% it was you that started it.
Yeah,
And Liam George said, well, come get this work then. And now they're meant to be doing it tomorrow. I think if they are doing it tomorrow, you would have seen it by now because I'm going to live stream it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
hopefully.
insta
I'm not gonna lie,
live stream
my
it.
legs are fucking bad.
Oh, look, the excuses are rolling out already.
Nah, I'll still get it. I still reckon that I'd do it. That's why I got the ice bath yesterday, so I'm like, I'm ready.
That'd be good. That'd be funny to watch. There'll be some trash talk going on as well. You know the boy loves some trash talk, Mr. George. But
I think about him a lot, man. He's funny because he
is funny.
He get onto you so quick, but then he's so wise. He's just so like that time, like in the ice bath. I never realized that. See, when you get in the ice bath, you might have too much of an ego. You might get in there and stay in there too long. When you get out, you actually get a touch of hypothermia and you start shaking like a crackhead. I do. I start coming out and I'm like, I was getting my hair cut yesterday and Pat was like, fucking hell, you're all right. I just want to give you a hug and that. And I'm like, they're like,
yeah, still.
yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, sometimes that's what I mean about it. Like, you have to check yourself and realize like, that was too much. 5 minutes was maybe too long. If you're coming out shaking like that, that's not
Scale it down for the next
it's not always
time.
good. It's good for okay, you can go there mentally, but did you get that much benefit from it? Probably not. Because when you, like I said, when you hit the sweet spot, you come out amped, electrified. When Mikey done it, come out, whoa, boom, boom. It's like you just took a Gary or something. You come out, you're like, fucking hell. It's a feel good. It's a really good feel
it's
good.
it's kind of like a natural like high.
Natural high.
Yeah, it's a natural like boom. That's what people
Sort
say
of like
about
the sauna, to be
No,
fair.
people say about the sauna and the ice bath and the sauna. People do them together, so they'll come out of the sauna and then go into the ice bath for 5 minutes. Yeah, hot and cold treatment at the same time. And apparently, when you get into that water and you come out, it's like being high. It's a natural high. You just feel absolute. Your chemicals in your brain are just like. But it's like Liam George said, it's two different chemicals. One's they're just two different things. Ice and cold. It's two different things
some
in your
people
body.
don't rate it. Like Liam, he don't rate mix them together.
No, it's not that he didn't rate it. He just said,
But for recovery,
he just said it doesn't make sense to him because one's doing something to your brain chemically and the other's doing something different chemically. So mixing them together can't be good because it's two extremes.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask. I think it can play around with like your blood vessels though. It can make them bigger and that. I think that's why a lot of for blood flow and that. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. That's what I was putting two and two because I was thinking about it today in the morning. But if you could have both of them, man, it's such a setup.
What, a sauna and an ice bath?
That's the goal, man. Have a sauna, ice bath. I'm proper into like just that recovery stuff, man. It just makes you feel better. And like I said, for me, I went to that festival, come back. Oh man, I felt like death's door. Like that was way too much for me. Got in that ice bath on a Friday.
Fixed.
I'm back in the game. I feel much better. You know what I mean?
I'm back in the game.
Better. I'm back. You know what I mean?
But you touched on the studying.
Yeah. Well, what?
Doing little bits of studying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Through the weeks. Got a couple courses.
Yeah, that's been. Yeah, I feel like that's
Alex Hormonesy, man.
Yeah, that's leveled it up.
The courses,
it's good. Yeah, it's good. Like, we're actually like you're learning. It feels good to learn. Like I'm actually learning something because for me, like I was going off my own back and learning anyway. But to be fair, like for me, like when I said, I set up that 7-day plan. That has been a game changer. Like actually planning out your week.
Well, tell the people what you've done. You've set up
Basically, what I've done, I've set up a 7-day plan. So from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, and then the main things that I've got to do. So like, I gym. So I gym on a Monday, Wednesday. Yeah, so I gym on a Monday. When I come home, I study for an hour, have my dinner, study maybe another three hours, so like 9:30, something like that. Go to bed.
Yeah.
They're like my main things. And then like in between, you can sort of guess work Wednesday, do my running, come home, study, or study in the morning, do running. But like I said, at the end of the week, I've got review yourself. How do you feel? Or like review yourself on the day. If you're not feeling it that day, okay, I'm not getting it done that day. Or if something happens like, all right, now we're doing a pod. I knew we were doing a pod, but
you didn't equip for it.
Yeah, I didn't equip for it in the thing. Okay, it's not always gonna go your way, but that's all right. But I feel like if you just have a plan, you're set up. Like I can't explain. How am I gonna explain it better? It's just like explain it.
It's more
routine.
Yeah.
There's a routine. I know what. I think for me, I need that because like I know what I got to do. Okay, when I come home, I'm doing this. Okay, when after I'm doing it, I'm doing that. And for me, that's just, I don't know, I feel happier, man. I feel happy this week. I feel probably the best I've ever felt. I don't know why. Well,
maybe it's because of, definitely because of all that.
It's the plan.
Sort of
like,
stuff, yeah.
I'm coming home, and you know what it is for me? I used to just stress about little shit. Like, I love going to the gym. For me, going to the gym all the time was like the be all or end all. Like, gym was important. And then obviously I'd study in that, but you need to face facts. You cannot do everything. You know what I mean? And what I've started to realize is going to the gym 3 times a week, twice a week, actually is benefiting me more because I'm building more muscle because I'm actually recovering. And you're not really a gym person, but for me and like the gym community, we get sucked in this thing like more is better. No, less is more sometimes. Like you need to scale it down. Like if you've got a busy job and you've got a busy lifestyle, maybe look at only training 3 times a week, twice a week. You're going to save yourself a lot less stress. And that's what we're doing. We're just stressing our body. And for me, I'd overtrain. And then I'd get to the end of the week. You're tired. You're not doing much. Like now having that training 3 days a week. And I get to study, and I get to enjoy a little bit of running. Like for me, that's worked out perfect.
Yeah.
And
that's what did you send me? You sent me that hormonesy thing, innit?
Alex hormone. Well,
I think it was don't invest in the S&P 500, invest in the SME 500. He said something like that.
Yeah.
And I know Grant Cardone talked about it as well about if you've got spare £200 and stuff like that, maybe don't invest it because it's small money. just invest it in yourself. Courses, things like this. But sometimes with courses, it's hard to find the right people or people that you... Because Hormonesy don't actually have a course, does he?
No.
But when he said that, randomly, like, Jay Alderton's course popped up on my thing. And I was like, this guy looks really familiar. He looks so familiar. I was like, I swear I've come across his page. Obviously started thingying it, spoke to you about it.
Yeah, some people put out, like, like you said, some people can break down and put out content and that, and some people like don't. Alex Hornsey's a good one because you can watch him a lot, but that's where it becomes like being a good judge of character.
Yeah,
where this guy, he's actually written down his whole playbook.
Even the some of the, because I knew Instagram was definitely the weak point of the pod, like the social media side. But with something like this, because we kind of know how to put the videos up and what to put the videos up.
I don't think it's a weak point. We just don't like social media. I'm not the biggest fan of social media because, like, I can see how it can be quite destructive. But then, if you, like you said, now we're starting to actually learn to use it as a tool.
Yeah, that's that. But so I'd say that's a weak point because we didn't know how to use it as a tool.
Yeah,
we weren't optimizing
that's what I mean. Yeah,
that's why I'd call it a weak. Like, like we've got the equipment to film a pod. We can film a pod. We can get guests on. We can edit it. This, that. It was more like what to put out, when to put out, how to put out. And what do people like? And actually, this is a question for people watching. And message me this privately. Comment down below. You don't have to comment down below if you don't want people to know. But message me privately. I would really appreciate it. What do you watch the podcast for? Like, what is the key things that you come here to watch it for? Do you watch it just because you're friends with us? Do you watch it because
if you are watching it?
If anyone's there. Do you watch it because you like how we break certain situations down? Do you watch it because we're a bit motivational? Do you watch it because you can relate with us? Like, what do you watch it just because you enjoy the guests that are coming on? Like, just a reasoning for why you watch it. It don't have to go out anywhere. Just, I would appreciate if you just took like a couple minutes out just to do that, just so I can kind of base on what sort of content we push towards and what message we try and go towards more, because I wouldn't put out an all football channel if no one watched football on there. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, there's like, because now
do my little segment.
Yeah, Raynes segments come in, so it'll be out in the next week or something like that. We're gonna, or whenever, but
hopefully it'll be out during the week. So
yeah,
whenever you put it out, hopefully if I can get it done tomorrow.
It should be out next week. It should have maybe come out before or after this. I'm not sure.
Because I was battling. What's it called? That fear?
Stockholm syndrome. No, it's not Stockholm syndrome. It's imposter syndrome.
Yeah, imposter syndrome. That's what I was battling with, because like you do like, I don't know. It's still foreign, isn't it? Like,
thinking, for people that don't know what imposter syndrome is, imposter syndrome is basically like, famous people get it a little bit when they don't know why they're where they are. They don't think they deserve to be where they are. It hasn't kind of sunk in, and they don't, like, he didn't know whether to put videos up about certain things that he was passionate about and had good knowledge on for people, or knowledge that you might get good little nuggets out of it and stuff like that. But you were kind of battling with it because you didn't feel qualified to give the message or to lead people into a direction or whatever. But obviously, and that's what I'm saying, this is where it comes back to the course. Obviously, the course explains little things like that. And even with social media, we knew what to put up. Do you know where I think
we were learning anyway?
Yeah,
like I said, like when we had that, one of our TikToks went, I learned it off that Stone guy. He was like, stories, and that's when I was like, boom, and we got that. And then that's when it clicks. So we've been going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Now it's
just hammering the message home.
Yeah.
Like,
now it's just the nitty gritty.
Yeah, because
keeping at it.
What do you call it? Even like setting up the Insta. Like, the Insta's so, obviously I know I deal with the Insta anyway, but it's so set up wrong. You know, even like highlights, and there's no about me on there. There's no, like, you need to stay with reels because people don't want to see the like photos, and like maybe a few more videos like behind the scenes, like if we've got a guest on, just recording random bits.
Instagram's sort of going like TikTok.
Yeah, no, everything is.
Yeah,
and everything's quick, fast paced, quick. But Yeah, doing little courses like that, man. I would definitely, if anyone's on the fence or you're learning something that you want to get good at, maybe try and invest in a course.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah, invest in yourself. I'm not saying don't invest in stocks and stuff like that. If you can do both, brilliant. If you've got the money to do both.
But I mean, but like, I don't know, it really hit home when watch Alex Horns.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what, I love watching him because, like I said, he just makes everything simple. He's such a simple guy. It's like, well, this guy does this, and he'll be like, yeah, I just do this, and if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. And like, he's so simple. Like, he's just so relaxed with it, and he just don't take nothing overly serious. He's obviously a serious guy because he's made a stupid amount of money. He's not stupid. He knows how to work formulas, but I just love the way he simplifies it, and that's where I got like the 7-day. Well, actually, I got the 7-day plan from Paul that come on, and he's talking about the spiritual steps,
12 steps,
and then I was just putting everything together, and I was just like, I need my steps because I knew that was missing. I knew that was the missing piece. I knew what I was doing day to day, but I just needed it. I needed it like clarity. Yeah, I needed it in black and white, where it was like, no, you're doing this. It's like a school teacher saying, your day's set. And for me, that's like, now I don't, like, my brain won't run away with things. So I'd come home and maybe say, yeah, I'm going to do this, but it might run away and do something else. Now it's like, no, you're doing that. And for me, it's made me a lot happier. So maybe I am, for myself, I need a plan.
Yeah.
Some people, you might get away with just like maybe running wild now, but for me, for the simplicity, for the extra time I have, for like I said, like for me, like I wake up at 4:30, I get my shit done. Like now I'm adding more time, so I'm happier because like I'm gaining extra time because everything's set. So I'm adding more time to my day, so I'm making more time, and I'm not as stressed. And it's like brilliant.
Yeah, just
I wish I knew it. I wish I knew it younger. And for all you gym people, one thing you need to realize: you don't have to train 6 days a week, because it is a massive stressor on your body, especially if you're working a hard job as well. Cut it down. Try 3 days a week, full body workouts, or push pull legs, or upper lower. Like, play around with it, like, and strength train. You actually realize how much of a difference it makes training less. And that's where that quote comes in. But less is more.
Does it depend on where you want to take it though? With that, like, if you want to be doing bodybuilding competitions, does it all depend on what your goals are?
I'm gonna say, yeah, if you're a natural bodybuilder, I think 3-4 times a week you could look good, because I've been watching George, innit, Osborne.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm in no way, shape or form saying anything like knocking it or that, but he went and got his DEXA scan, and he was like, he didn't put on as much muscle as he thought. But then I'm thinking, we're natural people. You're training, 5-6 days a week. That's a lot of stress on the body, yeah? And you got to remember, again, it comes down to simplicity, recovery. Like, how much is your body actually recovering? Certain body types can recover quicker. Certain, obviously, certain genes, you might have a better protein gene or something that. So you might think it. I feel like what I've been learning off this guy, I think his name's Kino Bodies on YouTube, but he trains twice a week, or sometimes 3 times a week. And the muscle mass, like, he's been putting on, and he only eats like 1 meal a day. So he's big for his size, but he's not, I'm not saying he's going to be like a bodybuilder, but I feel like if you were a natural bodybuilder and you trained maybe three times a week, but I mean, you hit them 3 times a week on a solid session, I reckon you could put on quite a bit of muscle, because if you're putting 2 and 2 together, you're simplifying it, and your body's not as stressed because you got them days to recover, because we're natural. And I feel like we've all got different body types, so it might work for that body type, it might not work for that body type. Like, some people get away with high volume. I know for me, something like training high volume, like I don't really get away with it. I've not got that genetic. I'm not a genetic freak.
Yeah.
So,
but that's the weeks, really, isn't it? Nothing really much has happened from week to week. Just a couple courses. Obviously, you've written out a plan for yourself for the training.
People, give this a try. It's a 7-day plan. Write out your day to day, what you're gonna do from Monday to Sunday. Write everything out. Have a plan of like what you're gonna do in the morning, what you do in the afternoon, what you do in your thingy, like, and then the little in betweens you can just like mess around with. But I feel like when you have like, say the main things you want to do, like studying and like going to gym, they're like your prioritizations. So you prioritize the important stuff, and then the little things in between you can find
Mess
time
around
for.
with.
You can
Yeah,
mess around
yeah.
with, and I really think it helps, man.
But the Queen obviously passed away.
Rest in peace.
Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II, isn't it?
Yeah. Sad, man.
Yeah.
She's always going.
She was old though.
After her husband died, you know, it's funny as well because they say that, and it like when your partner dies, like a part of you dies, and like you could see it. Like after he went, she sort of like was slowly deteriorating. And I think she was like 96 anyway,
Yeah, she's old.
and he was like 100. But he was like her backbone, innit? Like that was the guy. That was her man. I think they're together like 70, married 70 something years. It's mad as well because she weren't even meant to be the queen. That's how crazy it was. Because it's the uncle. The uncle was meant to be king, and he ended up going like marrying this woman, but it was he couldn't marry her or something like, because it was against the coronation or some shit like it. So the dad ended up becoming king, and then the dad ended up like disowning the brother because he's like, I've got daughters, like. He's not taught his daughter anything. And I think he ended up dying like a couple of years later or something like that. And then she ended up inheriting it. Because she wanted to be like a horse racer or something like that. The boy's done a little bit of studying.
Studying or you watched The Crown?
I watched a bit of The Crown. I read like some articles on that. That Crown's good. People should watch that. Like you get a little bit of an insight.
I haven't seen The Crown.
I wouldn't say obviously all of it's like take it, but there are some things that I've read. Like she's very big into her horse racing.
I think they all are though.
She loved horses.
And
obviously,
royals,
who's the one that died? The old boy,
what old boy?
Prince. Nah, what is that? Philip. He was a bit of a player back in the day. He's a dog, man. You know, he was a typical lad. I don't give a fuck. He's in the papers for cheating, doing this, doing that. He was at private boys' clubs. You know what the boy was doing. I don't have to tell you. Top G's been telling us.
Top G. But
free him.
she yeah, the whole nation's kind of like rocked. Really?
Yeah, of course, because she's like, you know,
Do you think it's dying out though?
It makes me maybe now. Could die
I think
out.
our generation is gonna die out.
It could die, but then again, like you don't realize how much they do for like the world, like the nations. That's what people don't understand. Yeah, some people are like, oh, but the brother's like a pedo and stuff like that. I forget the negatives, like that shit. I don't care about that. But what she's actually done for England and the world, like she's done a lot. They got a stressful job. It's not a good job. It's not a good life to be brought into. If I was like, look at Prince Harry, he don't like it.
Yeah, but you can just duck out of it. He just ducked out of it.
Yeah, but with so many complications, now he's sort of getting sucked back into it. It's hard to just get out.
No, you'll never truly be out because he's still family with them. But they spent I don't even want to make it about this, but didn't they just spend like fucking millions on renovating that house for him and Meghan, and then they didn't even move into it.
It's not even like a family. It's organised. It's like you get brought into an organisation. There's rules for everything. You've got to go do this. You've got to do that. That's what I mean. It's not a very. It's not.
Is it just us and Spain left?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a good life.
I think it was
Monaco.
I think it will start dying out in our generation. The royal family. Not that it won't be there. I just think the hype will die out. I think it's the generation above us. Do you not think? I think it's just the generation above us.
No, it's just because who we fuck with don't fuck with it. But there's so many more people out there.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know hardly anyone.
There's a lot
our ages.
Yeah, but that's like us and around here. Like probably up, I don't know, posher areas or something like that. They might like the Queen. A lot of people in that like the King and stuff like that. Well, it's not the King, isn't we?
Yeah, it's King.
God save the King.
But yeah,
it's pretty mad actually. We got royals.
Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it?
Yeah, but then, like I said, they do a lot of stuff behind closed doors. We just don't see that. We just want to blame. We just want to just moan about everything. But if we were in that situation, I know I wouldn't want to be doing that job. That and the government, fuck out of here.
But what do you think they should have called off all the football?
Did they?
Yeah, they've got grassroots, everything.
Yeah,
all football.
Or are they not?
No.
Money talks. Money talks.
But it's
Dirty
like,
cash
I don't...
want you, dirty cash need you all.
I don't think they should have done that. I do not think they should have done that.
What?
They called off all the football.
Oh, they have called off all the
Yeah,
football.
there's no games on this weekend.
Yeah, no, that's what happens. It's the Queen's died.
Yeah, but grassroots, bro.
I don't give a fuck. It's the Queen.
Grassroots. No, I don't agree with that, innit? But
Bro,
do you not think
everyone
I can
knew
understand
that?
for the funeral?
No, everyone knows that. That's what happened. Like, that's what happens. It's the Queen.
Nah, I don't think it should be like that. But maybe for the I can understand for the funeral, like not having any sport, anything that's going to overshadow it, like a football match might take eyes off of the funeral.
This would be like to the funeral. It'd be like this.
Yeah, I'm sure there might not be Prem games on until the funeral.
Yeah, yeah. She's important. And she is important. She deserves it.
Yeah, she is. But I don't think it's... I think stopping football don't make her... Like, if you had the games on, you think about it. If you had the games on, you'd you'd have 40,000 people.
That's what happens when you're an important person.
No, but you're not... Yeah, but if you let me finish...
I hear what you say.
When you got 40,000 people singing the national anthem...
Control the controllables.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to do. Control the control.
You can't control. Like, is that your control?
But what I'm saying is, no, but they didn't, because literally the FA just come out today and made the announcement. There was no. They were talking about
I knew when she dies, everything gets shut down. Everything gets shut down.
Well, nothing else. What else has been shut down?
I don't
know. No work or nothing like that.
Yeah, but work's not going to get shut down.
Yeah,
things like football will get shut down. Anything on TV will end up getting shut down.
But I just think it's more of a it's better if you got them singing for like she loves sport, innit? So to stop it for like
football.
to stop it for like
horse racing.
Well, yeah, bring on some horse racing. I'll take some horse racing. Take anything. But I don't know about grassroots. Like, yeah, Premier League maybe. Grassroots a bit extra.
Oh, well, like yours.
My level of football is cancelled, which is extra.
Yeah, but it's because they actually want everyone to like feel it.
Yeah, but they
want everyone.
I think everyone's just annoyed. I don't.
Yeah, of course. No,
more people are pissed off. Yeah, like, why have you just called? Like, you got to remember, there's livelihoods of like people like myself.
I don't even know.
A couple of other people that we know. Like you, that's how you get your release, innit? And you just turn around and go, yeah, there's going to be no.
You're literally but we're like, if you deep it, you're moaning about the pettiest of things.
No,
it's
not though.
It's like
it's petty for you. Imagine they closed down all gyms then.
I'd be like, fucking.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd just go run.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be moaning about it.
It'd be a little bit. But bro, what? Like, you can't do nothing.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I don't think they should call off grassroots.
They
football.
have called it off, though.
No, but it's a conversation. We may as well just scrap the podcast and not talk about nothing. There's no back and forth for a conversation.
I don't know what to say.
But yeah, they called it all off. It's dumb. I think it's stupid, but obviously, if they shut all the gyms, you'd be saying something different. So
they ain't shut the gyms though.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I ain't saying like I'll be going to the gym after this.
There's a Manscaped product alert. Insert sirens here. You asked for it and they listened. Our friends at Manscaped just brought the Ultra Smooth package to Europe. Everyone knows by now that the Lawnmower 4.0 is the best electric shave for your balls. But if you're looking for a closer shave or prefer to go completely bare down there, then the Ultra Smooth package is the perfect set. It's time to shave that bush of yours and get right to the roots by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code Fijian. This is more of a product for Rain. He said he likes being ultra smooth. He don't like having the 0.5 fade. He just likes getting gritty with it. He likes... You can say the man's got a mangina, but I wouldn't say it. He might say it.
Smooth as a China doll.
Yeah, skin on skin. But people don't know about this sort of stuff.
What? Can it go that low?
Yeah. No. It's a razor now. The Ultra Smooth package. They've brought it back to Europe, and it's a razor.
So what? I can just shave it.
You can just shave it
with a razor.
Yeah, you can get gritty with them boys. The Ultra Smooth package is a specialised groin shaving kit to help you buff, protect, and smooth your most sensitive areas. I'm talking crop shaver razor, crop exfoliator, crop gel. Men, you no longer have to borrow your lady's razor for that precise trim. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code Fijian at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with code Fijian at manscaped.com. Smooth out your fellas with the new Ultra Smooth package from the fellas at Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. But ain't there's some sort of water thing going on in
Mississippi.
No. Oh yeah, that as well. Yeah. Didn't you say they ran out of water or something?
I think they've run out of water in Mississippi for 2 weeks. How
Is that true?
Yeah, that's a true.
Have you seen it on the?
Yeah, that's true. I've watched the podcast. That's true. That's facts. You know what I mean? Like, and that's they're one of their biggest states, or like one of their most like people want to go live there. In states, and it's like one guy was like, "Oh, if I could afford it, I'd move, but I can't."
What? And they've just run out of water.
Right, they were running out of water. Yeah, something to do with like their river, like their whatever they get their water system got contaminated or some bullshit like this, and it was like for weeks. So people are like queuing up for water. Imagine what I've got no words.
What?
You got no water?
They got no tap water, nothing.
No
water at
drinking
all.
water.
Then how are they like? I'm surprised, how we can even run out of water, because the 70% of the world, or more than 70% of the world, is water. So how have they not built like filtration?
So this is what this guy was like. He was like, it don't make sense. Cause this big podcast that I watch Mark Moss, but he talks about like the Bitcoin revolution and like decentralization, but not just about that. Like he makes fun, not makes fun of politics, but he highlights how dumb they are in America. Like the other one was California putting a ban on all petrol and diesel cars, and they're like, this come into law. They made it law. You cannot drive petrol and diesel cars. Put it into law, and then 2 weeks later, they're like, oh no, we can't, because we can't produce enough electricity. It's like,
so they had to redo the law.
Yeah, it's like what? He's laughing because he's from America. He's like, this is funny. He's like, what? He's like, this is how you know we're at the end of the pendulum. He's like,
America does seem like a bit of a shit show.
Yeah, he's just like, this is I don't know if any American people like get us, because I'd love to have a conversation, because your country seems fucked up. Yeah, their country, because I watch a lot of American podcasts, and I'm just like, your country's wild. There's good people in it. Like, there's good people, but it's so wild, man. It's so far left or so far right, and it's just. Yeah, I feel like America's just had their day, and like I said, like if we look at it like from like the Roman Empire, because they are like America have been on top for years.
Yeah,
like,
there's way too much division in America. I don't know if they're trying to do
their
that
world currency and that, and that's when like today, the podcast with Joe Rogan and
Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, and they were talking about how like the World Economic Forum and that, like because they're scared of China, that's why they're put like trying to get the CBDCs out and that, so they can track you on the CBDC. So if you're doing something wrong on that, so basically, it's gonna be like, basically what a CBDC is. They're looking to bring a CBDC out next year in America, basically where the payment system comes through the government. So the government will basically be a bank. So now there be your bank, and it'd be like China. So if you like maybe post something wrong or post something against their agenda, well, they can just block your bank.
They can't just block your bank, but they kind of are doing shit like that now.
Well, at the minute, it's actually banks.
With
banks,
like
I don't know how this is going to go down with banks, because obviously banks are big players. I don't know how this works, because obviously
the banks are like indebted to the government, though, really, aren't they?
No.
Well, they're indebted to like the central bank.
To central banks, yeah. Well, yeah. The treasury, but the treasury's nothing to do with the government. They're like separate, but they are. It's weird. It's too much. It's too much.
They kind of are doing that though with social media a little bit, because people earn their money through social media. So if you ban them off social media, just because like Steve will do it. It's been his YouTube got taken down.
Did it?
Yeah. I don't know what for, but his YouTube's been taken down. So obviously Tate's been moved off of there.
Yeah, you got no freedom of speech, but this is like a set.
No, but the counter argument to that is, which Logan Paul and that were saying, which was right, that freedom, you can say what you want outside. That's freedom of speech. You're on someone's platform, so you don't have freedom of speech on Bill Gates' platform or Mark Zuckerberg's platform, because it's their platform. They make the rules. Do you know what I mean? Unless they say on there,
No,
you
yeah,
have
that,
freedom of speech.
that is,
It kind of
yeah,
makes
that is
sense,
true,
innit?
'cause you are on that
But
platform.
people are getting removed for like it's like whoever shouts loudest wins. So if loads of people make an argument and start shouting and screaming and going, no, we don't want him on here because he said this and that.
Yeah, they get rid of
taken
you.
off straight away. So that don't make sense
That's
to me.
like,
I feel
when
like
you. That's what I didn't understand when you were talking yesterday about the Joe Rogan podcast. When I started listening to that, I started to realize what you're saying. Like Eddie was saying, like, what did he say about coming out of? Oh, what was he saying about? He said about the Great Reset.
he goes, it's either going to be the Great Awakening or the Great Reset.
That's it.
Basically saying everyone's going to wake up and realise,
I feel like,
we're getting fucking played, or the world's just going to reset in a way. I don't know what they mean when they say reset.
reset where they like it'd be their agenda.
It's communism.
Yeah, it'd be like it'd be
Yeah.
like they're more controlled. They're control because like they're already. I'm telling you,
Mate,
now,
I don't-
you're hearing it here first. Don't be surprised they start doing lockdowns over the energy crisis.
No, but this is what I was saying the other day about I don't even want to thingy with the Queen's death, or anything. But it's like it's the perfect time because there's all this hoorah about energy crisis.
It's not even
and then now they're going to use the Queen's passing away, the Queen's death, as like a cover up because someone's even said it already. One of the news people on there, they go, Liz Truss was talking about the energy crisis, and then the news come out that the Queen died, and then he was like, yeah, but the energy crisis doesn't mean nothing now in comparison to this. So they're already pushing the agenda that it doesn't mean nothing. You won't hear about the energy crisis now for the next couple months. And then do you know what they'll do? They'll put the money up because the government were meant to cap the money. Because we're not going to hear nothing. They're just going to bump the money up now.
Yeah, but like, no. What? Look at. I've already been on this tangent today with Ben.
The energy
with
crisis?
Ben, yeah. Look, breaking news: European power producers are facing margin calls that could total to 1 trillion. Yes, trillion. 1 trillion margin calls because they might be going defaulting. Look, here we go. Let me get it out the study for like Joe Rogan. Start reading shit.
Yeah, it was good when they did that shit though, didn't they? That's why I wanted Mikey. I wanted him to.
European power producers are facing margin calls that could total 1 trillion, but will be in a strong position to repay state-backed loans in governments if governments help them through the liquidity squeeze, according to energy experts. So we're fucked. The soaring price of power this year has been pushed up by margin requirements on electricity generators that hedges their sales in future markets, unprecedented levels, leading to whispered calls, government intervention to prevent European markets from collapsing. They're fucked. Basically, like they can't pay the debt for the energy. So now so
whose fault is it?
So
is
the
it their
government
fault?
has to come pay them out. So when the government
Then
pays
they owe
out,
them the government money. Now.
So now, where does this money come from?
Yeah, this is what I mean.
This is where we get in.
Yeah.
We're getting into a bigger hole, and people think by putting sanctions on Russia, you're making it worse. Russia are laughing because they're the ones that own the oil. They're giving it to China on discount.
But does it all seem like a coincidence, or does it all seem thought out? Because I think things like this are too big, too big a thing to be coincidence.
Jim Rickards, no one knows him. Go watch him. He brought out a book in 2014 talking about Russia and Ukraine and about the Crimea War and how it was the energy war. That's what it's.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. And like I said, he already quoted when COVID was going to happen and that. And to me, when I first heard it, I was like, right, this guy's like tapped in, but he's like. He is tapped in, but it's like at the time I was like, bro, he's like in a time machine or something. Nah, he was just they can see things coming. Yeah, these investors and some smart economists, like they can see these things playing out. Like the narrative's already been like that for years, and now it comes. Like I said, it's like the information when we get it is drip fed to us because we're dumb.
We're at the bottom level.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, maybe we're not dumb. We're just at the bottom, and some people just don't want to learn. Some people do want to learn.
Well, and when the information does reach you through the news, if that's how you get your information, it's kind of like they push it the way they want it. They want
you can't ever.
They push it the way they
you should not be listening to the news because like they've got their own agendas. They got their own parties that they follow. Like you need to find something that's on neutral ground, and you're not going to get that.
It's hard
through the
though.
news.
It's hard to find news on neutral ground though.
No, it is, yeah, because everyone's got their own agenda. But that's why I feel like you should be searching all types of things. Like search the web, search for loads of, like, you're gonna find different things. Have people's opinions. Like, listen to people maybe you don't like as well, because I feel like that's what it's about. But I feel like the news, like
To see
BBC,
both. Yeah,
and
the
stuff
big,
like that,
big ones.
they're there to scaremonger.
Yeah.
We saw that with COVID.
Yeah.
It was
Well, you've seen it because they haven't stopped though, and it's so obvious.
What happened? What happened to colds? What happened to colds? Like, please tell me we didn't have no colds, but we had loads of COVID. There was no colds no more. There was no flu. The flu disappeared.
Yeah, but people class the normal because the symptoms are so similar. They actually just class the normal.
so-
If someone gets the flu, they'll say they had COVID.
And it's like,
Do you know what I mean?
if we go back, like, if we go back 10 years ago, yeah, or go back before COVID times, yeah, and the cold was going about, if we were all talking about the cold on the internet and that, everyone would have been ill. It would have been the same
If you
thing. 'cause
pushed it out as much,
'cause
yeah.
it spreads, like, when one person, when the flu and that's going through the country, everyone does get it. It's just no one was talking about it.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
hear one guy be like, yeah, man, I was off, like Eddie was saying, like, it's the same thing. And I feel like, I don't know, man, it's too much. There's too much going on, man.
Yeah,
There's
but
too much going on in that sense, but we're not watching what's going on behind closed doors.
No, but this is what I think bits like that.
You got China's economy is fucked. Like,
Is it?
with the housing market, yeah, because they could only make money off their housing market because their stock market was so fucked. So basically, they would all invest, like. So when you buy a house in China, you take the mortgage out, and then they give you the money, and then you got to get the builder to build the house. But what was happening, like, builders and that weren't building houses. And then they were just building loads of real estate, and people weren't moving into them. People were invested into them. Basically, well, it's been twice now. Evergrande or something like, they haven't paid their like bank debts or something like that. So China are looking to default. They'd be fucked.
Default completely.
Collapse. Yeah, collapse. Look, let me.
What, China? I thought they were going to be like the next powerhouse,
Yeah, they're still fucked.
and now they're looking to collapse. I need a study here. I need some sort of study to come up
I'll get studied.
because
Jamie.
that's some
Evergrande. Yeah.
you have to talk into the mic though when you're doing it. 'cause-
Evergrande's Hong Kong headquarters has been seized by a lender after defaulting on a loan, twice failed to sell the building. Dominoes, because that's what they say. They say, like, because loads of people were invested in this Evergrande, and they just kept building. Indebted Chinese property developer defaulted on a loan, twice failed to sell to Hong Kong building. Hold on, let me actually get up like a juicy bit. I don't know, but they've basically just got loads of investors in it, and basically people, like, they can't pay, they can't give money out, they can't pay. They're fucked. They're indebted to the government and that, because normally the government with Chinese governments, if you're a good company, that they normally bail you out.
Yeah,
They've got
that's
that
what
scheme.
I thought. I thought companies over there couldn't get.
Yeah, they
couldn't.
they look after, like, their companies, but this Evergrande property, like, that's their biggest property thing. I think come out last year about it. They were defaulting.
And they've just not built properties.
Yeah, Evergrande has twice attempted
Well,
to
it's
sell
the money.
Oh yeah, they can't, because they can't sell shit and that. And they've just got loads of properties and loads of
The whole world's
investors
kind
in
of
it.
fucked at the minute, isn't they? Like, every country's got their own.
And they're making out like it's not that bad. I'm telling you, I think for me and what I've learned, it's my personal opinion. I think next year's going to be absolutely brutal, and I hope I'm wrong. But everything that I've learned, everything that I'm seeing, I'm like, it's going to pop. Tell me. I'm not even trying to be a downer. I don't want to be a downer, and I'm not even, like, I'm a positive person. Like, either way, I'll come out the other side a better person, and, like, I'll get through it. It's not going to be that deep. You'll get through it, but I'm saying it's going to be much rougher than what you're used to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You're going to
It's not
be
going to be
You're gonna. It's like you're
Sailing.
gonna be shipwrecked, like with big waves, and it's gonna be cold. But you got to ride it.
No, but this is what I'm saying about when we done that thing and we said, well, the last 20 years and this 20 and this 2 years and all this. I don't remember that at that time there being this much. Like, it feels like we're just getting bombarded with a problem, a big problem. But like Eddie Bravo said, no, let me finish. Like Eddie Bravo said, it's a problem. These are problems. The other problems were like world problems, like maybe a tsunami and all of this. These are only problems the government can fix. These are only problems.
Whoa.
We can't fix these problems.
Yeah, and these are actually problems that the government have caused because they keep kicking the can down the road because they still want to keep making money. You know what I mean? They keep trying to. This is the problem. Like what Pomp always says. Like he's like, if you just let the market decide what they should have done with COVID. Just let the market decide. The government get involved and they start raising interest rates, lowering interest rates, doing this, manipulating that, and then fear mongering people. No, let the market decide because the market will always come out the other side. You know what I mean? That's how investments work. You let the market decide. You let the stock market does what it does. You let people do what they do. Like, I don't know why we've actually got a government.
No, but it's just mad. Like, just deep it for a minute. I'm not even saying like do this, don't do this, because I honestly think do what you want. I don't want to scare anyone or anything like that. I love the government. I'm saying it out here. I don't mind whatever. But these are problems. No. Yeah, but I'm not out.
I'm not saying I like the government
getting copyright strikes.
Hey, listen, whatever the dirty G's. I'm not saying. I'm just saying like, okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. Yeah, what I got sent yesterday was an absolute fucking unit, and she does our health. She's our health secretary. Don't ever tell me. Don't listen, you fuckers. Wake the fuck up. Look at that woman, that fucking absolute brute. Yeah, no offense, she might be a lovely lady. Yeah,
yeah, the health secretary. I forgot about that. You are
a fucking unit, and you're gonna like judge, like you're gonna tell other people, be in charge. Like, why don't they put someone?
Yeah, but do you know what the issue is? I don't think the health secretary's like. It's not health. I don't know if his health is in fitness.
It's a role model in health. You're fucking overweight. You fucking smoke. You probably drink. Like, you look fucking like you're ill.
She's big. I don't want to be dread.
No, I'm fucking being straight.
Yeah.
Straight to the point. It's wrong. And this is what I mean about our government. These are the types of people we just put in these positions when they're not even qualified to be in these positions. It's just an organisation, the government. No one in their right mind would actually go work for the government. That's why you always get fucking bozos and that in there. Because who in their fucking right mind wants to go in politics?
You got to be
freaks. You got people that watch porn and say they're looking for tractors. Like, you're a fucking weirdo, mate. Like, you're a legend.
What a legend to even come up with that excuse, though, man.
Yeah, at the time we were like, yeah, he might have just clicked on something, but he was like, yeah, no, I was actually looking for tractors. Fuck off.
Yeah, that don't come up when you're looking for tractors. But that's what I'm saying. When you actually look at the deep, at the base level, it's like these are problems.
People
we've got problems at the minute going on in the world, yeah, that we cannot even fix ourselves. Big companies can't even fix these problems. Only the government can help you.
The government can't even help because
no. But I'm saying, if anyone can help you, it's only them.
Yeah. But it's getting to the point now where the market's deciding because the government have kicked the can so far down the road, the can ain't coming back because they keep kicking it. They keep kicking it. The can's gonna be gone soon, and then this is exactly what's gonna happen. That's when things reset because they literally can't do no more. They can't manipulate interest rates. They can't play around. They can't make no more money. I reckon we're just going to be fucked. The stock market's crashing. So when these big companies and that can't pay out for things because they can't afford it, it's like what's it? The effect?
Domino.
A domino effect. It'd be a domino effect.
Even the big companies. But even like deep it. Yeah. Even the big companies are going to be fucked because now the electricity prices and that have gone up. They ain't going to be able to afford these like big factories and stuff like this. Manufacturing stuff.
And it's mad, you know, we live by a building site and I walk past that at night and they got all the lights and that on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah, they do. They've always done that.
I know they always do that. They probably say,
oh,
if someone breaks in, it's like CCTV. But like, you drive past buildings and that sometimes, you're like, all the lights and that on. Like, get infrared cameras or something. It'd be cheaper. It don't make sense to me.
How much money do they lose, though, by doing that? I feel like the builders don't.
Build they what?
I feel like they don't lose money off of that. I don't know why.
They got to be
feel like
paying
it's just
more,
like
they gotta
going
be,
around.
Nah,
Like, it's just
they
free
gotta be
electricity.
paying
Like free test.
Nah, they're
they got that free test.
they got no free test. They gotta be paying for that
I don't know, but but on all building sites they leave the lights on.
everywhere. Like even shops and stuff like.
Yeah.
I know some.
Shops.
I know some places do it for like CCTV reasons, but it's like I don't know, man. You know, it's like people just need to stop skimming over the top layer and like open your eyes because like it's there in front of your eyes.
But then on the other hand, it's like Liam George.
I know
said,
you can only control the control.
No. But like Liam George said, like some people are happy not. Do you know what I mean?
You're not
some
happy.
People don't want to know that and don't really want to delve deep. It's for the people who maybe.
And this is the problem. With,
argument. Maybe we're directing this more at the people who will argue for them. Like, no, the news are right, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is exactly.
Not for the people sitting on the fence who don't really care. They're just happy being happy. That's brilliant. That's beautiful. We hope you're just happy being happy.
Well.
We do wish you well. But this is for the people who are going to take their seventh.
Stand up. Get the fuck up.
It's for the people Jocko goes against. Hoorah.
Yeah, I can't
platforms moving to Rumble.
Oh man, yeah, like no, yeah, it's just
No.
Like, when I saw that fucking unit,
The health secretary is referring to,
yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't even call her eunuch. That is just straight.
What's her name?
I am
Do
being
you know her
straight.
name?
No, I don't know her name. But I'm just like, this is what I mean. Like, yeah, but you got to just be. I know people might not want to get involved or look on the fence, but this is the problem with the country. It's because we're not getting involved. We're not standing up for what we believe in. I know people say, "Oh, well, should," but really and truly, it is sort of down to us. And we could probably all do a little. We could all probably do a little bit more.
We could all moan about it, but for some reason, people
We just don't stand up.
No. But the herds of people that moan, it's never really about anything that matters. It's about bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
It's about someone saying,
You're not educated.
like Tate's shit.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
yeah,
they want to moan about all of that.
they're
Like,
focused on
let's
the
not
wrong things.
worry about what he's saying about women. Let's worry about what the fuck's going on with the energy prices in the government. Let's worry about that and maybe come together and make a stand for that, because the bigger picture.
The bigger picture. There's a bigger agenda of things. Like with like, I'm telling you,
hot take. Maybe Tate's in the government. Maybe they've put Tate. Maybe they've put Tate out here. Yeah, I swear down. Maybe they've put Tate out here. Yeah, to fucking fuck with the people, take all the eyes off of everything going on, and just focus on that.
Maybe
The man's pretty smart. He's not dumb. It's not a bad. It's not a bad little shout.
that's like Eddie with the UFOs.
The UFO shout. I am fucking with that.
Yeah, but
I am.
One more thing with the government. One more thing. What does it say? They're pricks.
No. What was you actually going to say?
I was going to say something, but it went. Yeah, but it's the same. No offense, yeah. I'm gonna say it again. But it's the same for COVID. We will look back at it and we're gonna laugh. Like,
No, we might laugh.
nah, people look back at it and they realise they'll be like, "Fuck me." If it goes,
I don't think people. I think people won't, bro.
I feel
think
like
they won't. I think we will.
I feel like we will have a revolution. I feel like we're coming to the age. I feel like we're coming to an age of digitization. And this is where I feel like a revolution will come, because we're going into a new era. It's like the Stone Ages, but now we're going to go into the digital ages. And I really feel like people are already pushing decentralized platforms. They're going to end up coming. Mark Moss said it, man. He's told me get the pendulum, but I swear to God, if I'm right, you're going to see it here. So click here.
Have we you know the cycles, the pendulum cycles. Have we lived through a cycle?
Yeah, they're like 40 years swings and then 20 years swings.
Yeah, 20 year swings and 40 year swings. I'm only 23. I've never been on the. I would have never been old enough to be on the cusp of a cycle. That's what I mean. Like we've not been old enough to know when a cycle's tipping over.
Where we've been. It's like when we're old. That's what I mean. It can change your perception.
Because I'm looking at the world right now, and I'm just like everything's going mad, and I've never felt this.
And people will feel different born in different ages because how the pendulum swings and how it's like how the gravity forces and the moon and shit all plays with us as humans. So we all can think different in nature, and that's why they say you have parties left, right, conservative, Labour. That's why we have parties in that because it's the same sort of forms of click. It's the book you'd have to read, but I couldn't go into it because there's a lot. But it's if you're into that stuff, pendulum. Well worth a read, especially if you're older, because you'll get a lot of like the old songs and stuff, and like how certain eras were like slow and emotional, and how other eras were like
Fast
dancey and
yeah,
fast,
upbeat.
and speaking about positive things, and the other generations all bogged down and like,
and then
nah, you can't do this, and it's funny as well because you can watch McDonald's over the years and how they change their quotes. So like. You word things differently for different eras.
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
just change like a word and it'd be just different for a certain era. And it's mate, it's actually quite shit like that fascinates me because it's like we're human beings, we ain't changed. And like I said, go watch the Roman Senate. It's exactly the same. And people probably ain't changed because people were not changing back then.
Nah.
You know what I mean? They'd be like the odd few, but then obviously the Roman Empire fell. Everyone has their day, mate. Like you can't be on top forever. You're gonna have your day. And maybe that's what we're just seeing. We're seeing America. We're definitely seeing America have their day.
That's about it.
Shootings, this, that. Now we're gonna say something else.
What?
You're gonna say something.
What was it?
I don't know. Fuck knows. I thought you were gonna say something. I know you're talking about UFOs, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm not even going into that. Right, that's a rabbit hole for another day. Because that's another 20-minute conversation.
What about what are we on?
An hour and 6.
What about the scientists making fake baby embryos? So now they don't need sperm or cells and that. They can literally just make a baby embryo. Is it embryo? They can literally just make a start of a baby from nothing, from scratch.
Yeah, but that don't even.
That's crazy.
No, but to me, that's not even crazy because they can clone shit.
Yeah, but
to me, that's mad.
You know, but they're making it without like no sperm, no cells, like just from scratch. Like now, like they're testing that. That's pretty mad.
No, it is mad because
they could just be making soldiers.
Yeah, people. Like
one day
super soldiers.
They could just be
Captain
making
America shit.
Yeah, they could just be making. This world's nuts, man.
Yeah,
and I feel like the more deeper I get into things and find things, like the more things I'm like, it just blows my mind. Blows my fucking mind. It's what I mean. We're so focused on the shitty little things and the little things that go on day to day. Like there's a race to the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
If you get to the dark side of the moon, you can fly rockets further into space and that. And it's like at a quicker speed because the gravity on the other side. And they reckon China's got there first. It's like, what the fuck? I never knew this. Like,
why do we not have this stuff written down?
You can send your own satellites and that to space. Like I think for $100,000, they reckon in the next 5 years it only costs $10,000 to do. Have your own satellites in space and that.
Yeah, but what are we going to be looking at?
I don't know. Like you can. Like, I need to actually watch the guy's podcast. But I was listening to Raul. He was talking about a couple bits and that, and I was just like.
What? So if they get to the dark side, why don't they just work together and get to the dark side of the moon, and then work together to find other planets?
Yeah, but why don't everyone work together? Like, it just don't work like that. Some people just we're not.
Yeah, but how mad is it that countries are so divided from country to country? You'd think like they would be division with certain people, but you'd think that like on a whole.
Well, no, yeah,
because kind of be like working together a little bit.
Well, we've all got money talks. I don't care what anyone ever tells me. They say, "Oh, it's not about money. It's not about it." Unfortunately, the world's about money. Like these big players, these people and big powers, central banks.
No, but like I don't even think it comes to money. Then at that point.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. Like the central bank owns a lot of places.
Yeah, it comes to power,
money. Like you're indebted. You're indebted to me. We can crumble you. It's like a central bank would lend money to all these poor countries. Argentina, this. You have to pay us back this. If you can't pay us back this, we're adding this loan onto this. They just keep adding money, and this is why countries are crippled in that. That's why you saw El Salvador adopt Bitcoin. And if their investment pays off, and they're right in what they said, they've just broke out the chains, and then you're going to see all these other little countries because they've still not seen their GPD growth. They've not had growth in their country yet, and they're all rich in energy resources and natural resources and that. Well, this is what I mean. Like, we fuck other countries instead of working with countries. We fuck them.
Yeah.
We're like, we just fuck them, and that's just. I thought, again, human beings. It's just human being behavior. We're like the worst creatures. If we don't, because a lot of people don't know how to control ego. It's about me. Like, if that guy is at the top and he's like, say if one guy is in control of the Federal Reserve, it depends what his ego and that's like. And then when he dies, who else is going to come? Who else do they?
You'd
put in
think
the
that the
position?
closest people around him would be similar.
They will, yeah, of course. They mold it. It's like JP Morgan and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of them
that.
will be
Morgan,
similar, the same
yeah.
values, the same morals.
Because JP Morgan worked for Rothschilds. And that's how the Rothschilds got into England. Because JP Morgan actually worked in England more than anything. He got in with the aristocrats and that. And they didn't like... What was the other people just said? The Rothschilds. Because they said the Rothschilds are like super rich, greedy, just dirty people.
So they used
JP Morgan. And JP Morgan went under. And they saved JP Morgan. And JP Morgan became the man. And now look at JP Morgan. History, bro.
There's no JP Morgans in England. They don't really know JP Morgans in England.
Well, yeah, but they probably fucking own...
No, they probably do, but you'd just think there's like a JP Morgan bank or something.
Yeah.
Weird.
I swear, when you look at history, man, this is
We'll
what
have
I
to
mean.
get some stuff again for the next current events, like about the dark side of the moon and how to get some proper facts.
No, that's
and
what I
stuff.
want there.
Yeah,
I need to
'cause
watch
that's,
I need to actually watch the pod. I'm gonna watch it
weird.
tomorrow.
That's a weird.
No,
one.
there was way
Yeah,
much more.
Yeah,
It was
I
getting
wanna-
deep. It was
that
getting
one would be good to speak about. get a
about
few
science.
opinions.
Yeah, about the science and that with the moon and how he explained it. I was just like, what are you on about?
I'll say.
But this is what I mean. These guys are just so tapped in. I'll give a podcast shout out. My First Million. Go, give them a watch. They're two like business guys, but these guys, like tech guys, like they just get these ideas from like I've never like these guys. Just you should give them a listen. They just have ideas. Oh yeah, we invested in this and we do this, or we're gonna invest in this tech firm and like we made this. It's like they're like so tapped in. The same for Pomp. Like they're just non-stop, man. And sometimes you look at them and think, fuck me, how am I ever going to get like that?
Yeah.
Can I get to that level? Is it possible to get to that level? And I was
Just
watching
in
a
it.
podcast with Pomp yesterday, and he was explaining it. It's like, it's actually mad because he's like, he used to think it when he was younger. Like,
Maybe
could
just
I
in a
get to
different
that
way,
level?
in your own way, innit? Everyone's got their own niche. Everyone's different.
I think
your
it's
own
just
personality.
learning. And I
Yeah.
feel like, well, my quote that I always say, you're apprentice to life and you should never stop learning.
Yeah, but you're saying it. My quote that I always said, like you've had it for like
it's
3
my
years.
quote.
You said it, yeah, but you're saying it like you've had that quote for 3 years, and you tell yourself it every day.
No, I said
only
it-
heard you say it for the first time in the
I said it
podcast.
I said it last year. That's when I first like said about it. Like, I said I'm apprentice to life. I've got it upstairs.
I've
in my
heard you
book.
say that other quote more. The
What?
day by day.
Now, day by day, when I first read Think and Grow Rich, I was saying that today.
That's
in
what I thought you were going to say, and then you go, apprentice to life. I was like,
No, because I've just altered it. And
Yeah.
like, you should just carry on learning.
but moments of the week.
Mine's the 7-day plan. Writing down the 7-day plan, and yeah, like I said, it's made me feel a lot better, man. So, write down your 7-day. How you can do it. Write down the 7th plan, Monday to Friday. The main objectives, what you need to get done. Then you can fill in the in-betweens. See how it works for you. Might work, might not. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, my moment of the week is people who, like your Alex Hormoneses and your Patrick Bet-Davids and stuff, people who share, the people with the knowledge and the wealth and the resources, and they share it out to others. Because, you know, some people don't like giving out their successes and stuff like that to other people. But like Alex Hormoneses got loads of stuff that's free that he don't even charge for. And he just gives it out to people, loads of plans and how to do this and what you should do in this situation. He just gives it out for free. So
That's why YouTube's great.
yeah, it is for that.
Like, you got free content. The internet's great because you can learn whatever you want. You literally can learn whatever you want. The only thing you might have to dial in, you might just have to be a good judge of character on who you're taking information from. That makes sense. Because sometimes, like, that's the thing with the internet. There's so much information out there. We over cram our brains because we're like, oh, like, this guy's saying this, and then that guy's saying that, and then and then like some people don't learn nothing because you're just like you're learning off of too many people. Like, fine, maybe I don't know. I feel like just like do what Grant Cardone says, isn't it? Like, just take a bit from everyone, and then you have your own philosophy. Because at the end of the day, you're you. You're gonna have your own way. You're like, it's like people trying to be like Top G or like this or like that. No, you're whoever. I'm Rain. I've got my own philosophy. I've got my own personality. I can't be like someone else. So, but if I can take little tips and tricks off him, and take little tips and tricks off that guy, and take little things from him, and then I make up my own personality, and then that's who I become.
But yeah, just shouting out people who give out their stuff, their steps, people who have done it and they're willing to share the information out. Whether it's paid for or free, it doesn't matter, but just shining the light on them sort of people. I think that's my moment of the week, really.
Paying was the best thing. Like
Yeah.
What we've done. I texted you the other day. I feel great.
In this situation, it was, yeah. There's loads of stuff out there for free, though, people can get. Obviously, if they haven't got the money or something like that, there's loads of stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, you can learn for free. But for us, the next step up was to pay.
Yeah.
Not pay. Yeah, pay for your information. You don't know. Sometimes it might be good. Sometimes it might be shit. That's the investment. With anything.
Yeah.
Like, you don't.
It's true.
It might be good. It might be shit. But
we'll wrap it up there anyway, because we've been rambling. I feel like the first 30 minutes is a bit of a ramble.
The first 30 minutes, we got a bit sloppy. You got a bit angry. I pissed you off.
Yeah, no, but you just how can you have? But you can't have a conversation and then go. Well, it's a pointless conversation. It's like, yeah, all right, then let's just not speak. Then let's just wrap the podcast.
I could tell.
That's not going to be in anyway, because there's no point, because there's no substance to any of the conversation. But
nah, you got to leave it in. People want to see a bit of beef. They want to see the realness. This is the real Madil. This is the real McCoy.
But people, please like, subscribe. Subscriptions have been going crazy. There's been more likes. We're getting more traction. If you enjoy it, make sure you do that thing I asked as well. Just drop me a message and tell me what you actually watched the podcast for. Like, what do you actually take out of it?
Maybe what do you want us to speak?
Yeah, what would you like us to speak about? I know a lot of people
speak less.
I know a lot of people have messaged me about the pool podcast, saying that they loved it. It's their favourite one. Maybe in future, like in a couple months, something, we're getting back on and actually go through the 12 steps.
Yeah,
if we can go through the 12 steps.
No, we can. Yeah,
we'll go through the 12 steps and break them down and stuff like that. That would be quite.
Like I said, I spoke to him the other day, man. And I said to him how that podcast, how good it was, and that, and like how the steps. And I said I'll meet up with him, because I feel like, bro, the steps they can be used for anything. Like he said, man, there's a being more superior than you. Yeah, them steps are more superior than you. It's just how you use them. It's positivity.
But we'll try to do something like that. If people are interested in it, we'll do it.
Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. We got TikTok. I'm gonna leave the link down below if you like them short little dopamine clips. Maybe the hour's not for you. Maybe you just want a 20-second little thrill of something we've said. Maybe a little. I'll drop the link down below. Click on it. But yeah, like, subscribe, keep sharing to your friends, keep listening, keep rocking with us. Peace, people.